It looks like they're never getting back together, either one of them, regardless of how you rearrange this puzzle. Blake, Taylor, Justin, Blake, nobody's getting back together. I'm no clairvoyant, but I can tell you that right now. In fact, I've been telling you guys. So let's get into it. But before we do that, make sure to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, say, hey, Elsie, how you doing? Something. It counts. It helps the channel. I want to thank you guys for 18K very quickly. I'm grateful. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overjoyed. I appreciate you guys. And I don't know what to say. I was about to cry. You're not going to get me because I'm a gangster. But let's get into it really quickly, shall we?
F around and find out. F around and find out.
I feel like a lot has happened in the last week and a half that if I don't catch you guys up, it will be very hard to try to consolidate everything with the coming weeks because I don't know. It just something feels to me like next week is going to be heavy. I don't know. I just feel it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I just feel something is afoot. And it could be big. But before we get there, let's not get too excited for what's coming. Let's talk about what's happened so far. And we're going to start with one of the biggest bombs, which happened a couple of days ago when everybody heard around the world. I feel like not around the world because not everybody cares about this as much as maybe I do and we do. But we found out that the subpoena was dropped against Miss Swift. And it was a bomb. It was a pretty big deal. Everybody was talking about it. Some people were taking victory laps. And by some people, I mean Miss Lively, her team, her husband. Either they can't read or I don't know. I mean, I don't know why they were taking victory laps because there is nothing about what happened as far as the subpoena being withdrawn that would have made them feel so comfortable. So we're going to read this People article because a lot of people love People, pun intended, as a source. So let's get into this really quickly. Taylor Swift no longer subpoenaed by Justin Baldoni in surprise reversal for Blake Lively legal dispute. Early in May, the pop star whose longtime friends with Lively was sent a document subpoena by Baldoni's lawyers. I want to also say something really quickly that I don't think I got across. Just because the subpoena was withdrawn, the subpoena was for specific things, specific documents. A lot of people were reporting Taylor Swift is no longer a witness. She's no longer going to testify. That's not what this means. The subpoena was for a specific thing that they got. I think they got, which is why it was withdrawn. It doesn't mean that when trial comes, Taylor Swift could not be called to testify. She definitely could. She 100% still could. This subpoena was for a specific document, specific correspondence. So I just want to make that clear. We're going to get to it, but I want to say it before I forget, because a lot of people were reporting, oh, good, thank God, she doesn't have to testify. We knew she had nothing to do with it. I still think she had a lot to do with it. She just was smart about it. Blake Lively's rep confirmed May 22nd that the subpoena sent to Taylor Swift was withdrawn by Justin Baldoni's legal team. Blake Lively's rep, right? Swift's rep previously slammed the subpoena, claiming it was a ploy for tabloid clickbait instead of focusing on the facts of the case. That was smart because then later, when they slipped the info to Brian Friedman, it wouldn't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Lively and Baldoni's trial is currently scheduled for March 2026. I think we're definitely going to see that date. Justin Baldoni has dropped a document subpoena that was issued to Taylor Swift in his ongoing legal battle with the singer's friend Blake Lively. I think they need to change that because later we're going to get into the fact that they may no longer be friends. Fine by me. A spokesperson for Lively confirmed the news on Thursday, May 22nd, saying in a statement obtained by People that they are pleased Baldoni's legal team has withdrawn the harassing subpoenas to Taylor Swift and her law firm. We supported the efforts of Taylor's team to quash these inappropriate subpoenas directed to her counsel. We will continue to stand up for any third party who was unjustly harassed or threatened in the process, adds the spokesperson. The Baldoni and Wayfair team have tried to put Taylor Swift, a woman who has been an inspiration of tens of millions across the globe, at the center of this case since day one, Lively's rep claimed. Exploiting Taylor Swift's celebrity was the original plan in Melissa Nathan's scenario planning document, and it continues to this day. Faced with having to justify themselves in federal court, they folded. At some point, they will run out of distractions from the actual claims of sexual harassment and retaliation. Reps for Baldoni did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment. A rep for Swift has not commented to people, but a rep for Blake Lively has a lot of comments to make. I find that interesting. So, what we are saying is the person who got subpoenaed has no comment. The person who sent the subpoena has no comment. But the person whom the subpoena would affect greatly has paragraphs of comments. Interesting. Interesting. Let's move on. After the subpoena was issued earlier this month, a spokesperson for Swift released a statement emphasizing that Swift 35 had no close connection to the filming of It Ends With Us. Taylor Swift. Now, what People magazine and a lot of other publications try to hide or not even say outright, the reason why the subpoena could have been dropped is the very fact that Brian Friedman could absolutely, positively, 100% have already in his hand the documents he was seeking. Now, somebody in the comments tell me, but if I'm asking you for something, if I'm asking you for some money and I'm like, hey, I want this money, you owe me money, or let's use this analogy, right? Say you owe me money. And I'm like, if you don't pay up, I'm going to take you to court, right? So I take you to court and I'm like, Your Honor, this person owes me money. And you come and knock on my door and you're like, you know what? There's no need to take me to court. Here's your money. And you hand me my money. Why would I still be at a court trying to get money from the court when I know it's going to be a longer process, cost me money, cost me stress, possibly could end up getting the case thrown out? If you just at my door handing me the money, why did I just take it and drop the case? I hope the analogy makes sense to you guys. I try to make it as simple as possible. But the way everything is looking, it's looking like Taylor Swift, which we found out also, Taylor Swift's father could have possibly been the one, spreading the news. Candace Owens reported on it, but I want to reiterate, a lot of people were saying this before Candace reported on it. It was, people were in my DMs, people were in my comments, but like I told y'all, I don't come to y'all without proof. I don't come to y'all without at least having something I could stand on. So I never reported the whole, it was Taylor Swift's dad thing, but a lot of Swifties were putting it out there that it was Taylor's dad way before Candace had reported on it. But I didn't want to come out here and say it was Taylor's dad because I don't know that. I had no proof of that. And I love to give you some proof when I talk. So again, if we have proof that it was Taylor's dad, Brian Friedman, that being, if Justin's team has proof and they have what they need, why are they still going to be in a court? Which I 100% believe is the reason they withdrew the subpoena. It could also 100% possibly be they found out what they knew was not really facts and maybe somebody was pulling their legs and that's why they dropped the subpoena. But I highly, highly doubt that. Till now, we still don't have Taylor's team out here saying this never happened, right? We don't have them saying this conversation never happened. There are no text messages. There was no threatening messages. And they would have done that. They would have taken care of this very early on. Not for nothing to at least help Blake a little bit. But it looks like she's not even trying to lift a finger for Blake. Because it would have done numbers for Blake's image. It would have really helped her if Taylor would have come out, not even her, but her team saying the extortion never happened, these threatening messages never happened. But they've been like a quiet mouse. They've been as quiet as a mouse pissing on cotton. And that tells me everything I need to know. And I've been telling y'all that. So that's not even news on my front. I know Blake Lively must be having herself some type of day, some type of week, some type of year. Because talk about an up and a down and a down and a down and a down. Because according to multiple sources, not me, multiple sources, Taylor Swift wishes she had never met Blake Lively. Excuse me? Never? Taylor Swift wishes she had never met Blake Lively after being dragged into Justin Baldoni drama. Report. Some are saying exclusive sources. Some are saying somebody said that. Some are saying her daddy said that. But now I feel like they're about to put everything on that girl's daddy. According to Page Six and multiple other sources, Taylor Swift has reportedly pulled away from her decade-long friendship with Blake Lively after being dragged into the actress's legal drama with Justin Baldoni. Right now, if Taylor had one wish, if I had one wish, don't. Right now, if Taylor had one wish, it would be that she never met Blake Lively, an insider claimed to the Daily Mail on Thursday. The Daily Mail is the source. I'm just saying. There have been good times during their relationship, The issues now concerning the Baldoni case have outweighed them. When Taylor looks back at their friendship, she realizes it wasn't worth all the stress Blake put her through. She can now see all the red flags that should have been a warning to her, the source further alleged. Taylor's relieved the relationship is over. She put up with Blake's antics for far too long because she's a loyal friend. It took the it ends with us drama to finally get her. It took the it ends with us drama to finally get her to pull the trigger on it. It's going to end in a breakup. It's going to end in a bankrupt. It's going to end in prison time. If there's a God, it's going to end in your hair care line being in thrift stores. Is going to end in Betty Buzz. You're going to have to drink all that alcohol. You're going to have to be buzzed to get through this. It's just going to end badly. Or it might never end. We really don't know at the rate this is going. The Gossip Girl alum allegedly always wanted to be the leader of the pack. And again, I ask, with what talent? With what talent are you looking to lead this pack of Gigi Hadid's and Taylor Swift's and Kara's and Sophie Turner's? And what talent are you using to lead them? Oh, Jesus. And Swift had to step in and tone Blake down. The singer's boyfriend, Travis Kelce, who recently unfollowed Lively's husband, Ryan Reynolds, on Instagram, said to be following Swift's lead in cutting ties. Interesting, considering Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have been on the other end of the Taylor Swift's unfollowing and cutting ties of people. What goes around comes around, baby. I can't really play music on here because they'll shut it down. But do not judge my voice. That's not what we're here for. Taylor and Travis are disgusted with Blake and Ryan and how they tried to use Taylor in their fight against Justin Baldoni, the insider claims. They're vowing their break from the acting couple is permanent. Reps for Lively, Swift, and Kelce weren't immediately available to Page Six for a comment. Why would they? Lively's camp is only readily available to comment when they think it makes them look good. I didn't even know magazines still went to print like that. But one of our associates was in the world and saw this at her grocery store and sent it to me. Inside their fractured friendship. This could be a Hulu documentary. I think we deserve it. In fact, I think when this is all over, Wayfarer Studios, if you're listening, if you're watching, Jamie, Justin, Jen, somebody, could we please get it like a doc? It could be, I don't want it to be a movie because I feel like I need more. It could be a documentary. Right? Can we get a documentary that involves everything? And you guys can even throw a segment of the Karen retrial in there because it's going on right now. You guys are kind of intertwined. But if we could get a documentary, chef's kiss, it would do numbers. Whatever streaming platform picks it up, I will go to theaters to watch the dang on documentary. How about you guys? Because if we could get, it would do probably better numbers than the movie did. Let's really think about this. And by the way, if I'm going to be featured in it, I do not want somebody playing me. Because I could play me. Thank you. This is my official audition to be me in the doc or movie or whatever you guys decide to do. Thank you. One of the other many bombs that were dropped over the weekend was this one, which I'm not surprised by. People were reporting this, shocked, surprised. I was like, why? Why are you surprised? This is on par. This makes sense. So just for you guys' benefit, we're going to go through it, but I'm not shocked, right? Blake Lively accused of creating insane, toxic, emotionally draining workplace at now defunct lifestyle brand. Again, where is the news here? I'm not shocked. Are you shocked? You shouldn't be shocked now. Like I keep saying, we left shocked somewhere back in January. Everything now is like just added to the pile over there. Okay, it's just added on top of the pile. 6 former staffers at Blake Lively's defunct lifestyle company, Preserve, if you know anything about Preserve, anyway, let's move on, are breaking their silence on the alleged toxic, unprofessional, and chaotic workplace they experienced. Toxic, where have I heard that before? Oh, that's right. That's when they try to say Justin Baldoni was running a toxic positive, like, what is it called? What did they call it? Toxic positivity, right? It was too positive workplace. Okay. I bet Blake Lively wishes this is what she was being accused of right now. Anyway, The entire company was an absolute disaster, one staffer claimed to the Daily Mail in a bombshell expose published Monday. Workplace allegations that Blake is making now against Justin Baldoni are deeply ironic. I didn't even know they were going to say that, given that it was one of the most insane, toxic, emotionally draining, and disorganized environments you could imagine. Lively Now 37 launched Preserve, an online shop that sold artisanal home goods in 2014, shuttered within a year. The impression Lively left on me after I worked at Preserve is that she doesn't care, a second ex employee shared. It was a really toxic work environment. One staffer recalled a time when the It Ends With Us actress was set to host a photo shoot for the at her Westchester County, New York mansion. But when the Preserve staffers and model arrived, she allegedly came out of her house looking an absolute mess. Lively's brother, Eric Lively, who was reportedly hired to be the creative director for the company, was allegedly also careless with his role, often overslept, leaving many staffers to wait outside in the cold before they were let into the Manhattan studio apartment where the company was based. A mess. Former staffers also claimed they had to sit on the floor of the studio for months before furniture arrived. They couldn't even go to Costco and get you out some folding chairs. Oh, Lord. Eric was completely unqualified to run a company, an ex-employee alleged the Daily Mail. That there were a lot of ways in which the employment was unprofessional. There were no desks, the source further claimed. The irony of it being a lifestyle site that was selling really expensive wares was not lost on anyone. One former staffer described Eric as an actor who was acting the part of creative director. Wait, the crazy part about that is, what if he was even a bad actor? So he was like acting badly and being a real life bad creative director? Oh God, he couldn't even act out his role the right way. This family just can't act. And I know y'all say the older sister can act, but maybe only her. This is funny. The former employees further alleged that they would often have to work a crazy amount of hours. Two staff members claimed they were unable to afford subway fares when they were not paid on time. I'm not laughing at the staffers. I'm laughing at the cut. We're gonna move on. Oh, Jesus Christ. According to the report, some staffers allegedly received settlements of up to $300,000 after threatening legal action over the mistreatment. However, all of the company's inner turmoil stayed under wraps due to Blake's longtime publicist, Leslie Sloan. Per the former staffers, Leslie Sloan shut it down. One worker claimed they buried every single thing from the company. Do you guys think? Oh my God. In an interview with Entrepreneur in 2023, Blake owned up to mistakes she made with Preserved. I poured everything I had into the company, she told the outlet, according to E! News, but noted behind the scenes stuff that we just couldn't figure out. The Gossip Girl alum did not go into great detail at the time about some of the issues her company faced. Page 6 reached out to Blake's rep for a comment on the former Preserve employee's allegation, but did not immediately hear back. We also did not hear back from Eric. The expose comes as the age of Adeline Starr is embroiled in this way. I love this. I just love this. So when something really directly involves you and they reach out for comment, you don't have time to comment back. But when it's about Taylor and Justin and I'm actually crying. You guys comment back very quickly. What are we doing here? Answer these people. Where your employees sitting on the floor, girl? Oh my Lord. This is a mess. Look, this has been a mess of an episode. I'm not even gonna edit most of this laughing and giggling out because you guys deserve to see this. But what did we learn today? Blake Lively's team does not have time to comment on things they really should be commenting about. They only have time to comment and gossip about subpoenas that don't involve them directly. One. Number two, we've learned that Blake and Taylor are most definitely never getting back together. And now she's trying to befriend the Wrexham guy's wife. I don't even have time to put the picture up here. Katie Olsen, whoever. The funny thing is, Katie does not follow Blake on Instagram. And to a normal person, that's whatever. But to Blake, that means a lot. So I don't know what she's going to do when she finds out Kate really doesn't follow her on Instagram. Before I forget, I wanted to catch you guys up on this really quickly because there's a lot of moving parts on this. I haven't talked about it yet. But the investigation that Blake Lively refused multiple times, like 3 or 4 times into her SH allegations, and then Wayfarer Studios went into doing their own investigation. Now Blake is like, give me what you found in that investigation, right? And so her lawyer sent this letter to the judge. So her lawyer sent this to the judge because now they want Justin Baldoni's documents from what he found during his investigation, right? Right here, Blake Lively and her team are still harping on the fact that even though they denied an investigation into her alleged SH multiple times, by the Civil Rights Department, by Wayfarer initially on set, but she used it to get things she wanted. Now that Wayfarer is doing their own investigation, she's like, show me what you got. And Wayfarer is like, no, that's attorney-client privilege. We're doing our own research to fathom what you were even talking about. But she's like, show me. I want to see it. I deserve to see it. And honestly, I'm not even going to waste my time with it. With that said, I think we're caught up. That was a lot. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. I want to thank you again for 18K subscribers. I am very overwhelmed and I am very thankful. I appreciate all you guys' support. Please come back for the next episode or come back for the next live. The live's a little bit more chaotic, I know, but that's what they're for. It's live. You're supposed to see the real me. If it was very polished and very ready to go, I would be concerned. But I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you so much. Have a good day and be kind to one another.